I invite you to join me at the Delray Beach Chamber of Commerce, because here, we're all about community. With like-minded people and businesses, the Chamber will help your business grow, and you get to connect with people that will become your best friends. Weekly events give you ample opportunities to learn alongside talented professionals. At the Delray Beach Chamber of Commerce, we are better together. Become a member at delraybeach.com. Good morning, Delray Beach. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Jamil.
And we are here in the center of where it all happens at the Delray Beach Chamber of Commerce headquarters.
This is the headquarters.
Right?
I haven't been here in a while.
This is where so many things happen. There's meetings happening right behind us. So if you hear some strange talking, you know, there's leads groups. There's so many things happening all the time here to help each other.
Well, I was looking at my chamber calendar of events the other day, the email, and it just kept
it's
going
overwhelming.
on.
There's so many things.
Yeah, so many things.
And the thing to think about is there is a team of people here making all of that happen with the support of other people, which we'll talk about today.
Yes.
But there's so many people that make all of these events happen for all of us.
Well, before we even go there, I can say last week we missed you guys.
I know, we did. Thankfully, our town we were spared. We were spared. I mean, look at what happened to all of our friends in the West Coast, and we're all just so saddened for them.
Even all the way up through, you know, to the Volusia County area, Daytona Beach, Port Orange area. It was crazy. It is devastating. And you know, living in a small beach town, anytime you hear a hurricane, you're like, oh gosh, is this the one? You know, like we do. As Floridians, you try not to, but there is that little bit of fear in you every time you hear one's coming. And we had tornadoes, so it's worth mentioning too, our friends in Kings Point had a really devastating tornado come through there. And I live a little bit more west, and you know, we felt those effects that way. I know one touchdown in Wellington, Loxahatchee Groves area.
Which is so not, I mean, I know they happen with hurricanes, but I don't know. I felt like it was a very aggressive one.
I seen the video of the tornado that hit down in Broward County in Fort Lauderdale, and it reminded me of something from the movie Twister. You know, something that happened over in Texas, out in Tornado Alley area.
And I mean, I went to school in Alabama where there were lots of tornadoes. Someone was like, "We have no tornadoes." Yeah, we had tornadoes. But so one thing to mention on that note is, you know, because here in Delray we care about our friends and neighbors. So the Delray Chamber has partnered with the West Coast Chambers in collecting some items.
Yes, so if you have anything, and you can go down a list of some of the supplies that we're looking to.
So there's a big box here. So right by the door when you come in the chamber, there's a beautiful white box, and they are collecting a lot of things. So non-perishable food, water, tarps, gloves, first aid items, unused blankets, cleaning supplies, flashlights you mentioned, and that's a really big important one for everybody. Batteries, bug repellent, paper products, and trash bags. And just remember, some of these people have lost everything. So we want to, if you can give anything, bring one item by. You know, every single item helps and can help these families feel a little bit more normal until they can get normal again.
I just got a call from a friend over there in the Fort Myers area, and I think one of the gas stations just was able to come back and get gas. I mean, like when you talk about we were spared, we were really spared.
Oh my.
I mean, we look at the storms that came through here in the past. I mean, but you got to really think far back. We haven't really had one that hit.
Let's knock on wood.
In a while. Like this, Ian just hit on the West Coast.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where you have to be grateful and do what we can to help others. So here at the Chamber, we are doing our part to try to help our neighbors in the West. So make sure you stop by and bring something.
What's the address here?
What is the address here?
Yeah, just Google the Greater Delray Beach.
Greater Delray Beach Chamber of Commerce. You'll come up with 1,000 things.
You know the funny thing? There's like 30 people here in the lobby and nobody
knows. None of us know it. Well, we just know where to go, Jamel. We all just know that this is a place to go. So we
right
just
by
come.
Old School Square.
We just come. You know what's interesting too? So I was obviously away last week for work in Turks and Caicos. So we flew into the one storm there and then back home to another one, and it was crazy because there they had a Category 3, and like how fast they were able to fix things there. But it was like, how do we manage? We hadn't seen a hurricane. I saw more hurricanes living in New York than living in Florida, and somehow I was dodging 2 of them. I was like, this is very unpleasant. Note to self: don't travel during hurricane season.
I was looking at your pictures. They look like a fun trip.
It was fun, but I missed you guys. But we have a really packed show today.
Yes, we need to get
full of incredible people.
Yes, and talking about some great things.
Talking about some really great things.
Yeah,
so
great
do you want to introduce our first guest?
Yes, our first guest is Mr. Bruce. He's the president of Weinstein Wealth Insurance Solutions, LLC. Where is Bruce? Come on, Bruce.
Hi, good morning. Welcome. I love your shirt. How cute. Yeah, sit right next to us. How are you doing?
Okay.
That's so cool. Yes, that's really cool. I like it. That's very clever. See, you're not just like a boring insurance person. You're a cool one. Look at what he did. Not that anybody who does insurance is boring. It's very important, especially with hurricanes and all the things happening. But so tell us a little bit about your business. You have a lot of things that you do that are a little different than the traditional.
Sure. So we're independent insurance agents. I've been licensed since 1986, not to be confused with Yellowstone in 1886. And we pretty much cover everything in the insurance space.
Okay.
And as independent agents, we cover the auto and home, the life and health, Medicare, group benefits. So I have
so you're one-stop shop.
One-stop shop. If it has an I, I'm your guy. Anything insurance related.
That's what he likes. He likes those guys. He comes up with these all the time.
That was good. He beat me to it.
That was really good. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So where are you located? How can people?
My wife and I are in Delray.
Okay. Perfect. Right here.
Delray Chamber.
So how long have you been here?
We're in Delray 2 years. We're down in Florida 8 years from New Jersey.
Okay. Very good. Like so many people who have realized how beautiful the Sunshine State is, and they want to come join us. So you have a podcast also.
Correct. That's what.
So yeah, I think that's really cool because I think a lot of times you think about these more traditional jobs and you're like, oh yeah, okay, da da da. But there's so many new ways to connect with your clients or potential clients, and I think that's really great how you thought outside of the box. So tell us more about this and what do you talk about? And
sure. So the show's about 6 months old.
Okay, so it's new.
And I've been in the space for a long time, as I shared, and I always felt like I should write a book.
Okay.
There's so much knowledge in here that I've conveyed. I've helped thousands of clients over the years, but I'm not a writer.
Okay.
So to sit down and just be that focused on writing and putting it down. So it's very free flowing for me. So I'm in some other groups and somebody is in the podcasting space and I'm like, that's probably a better form for me because I'm chatty, I could talk. So I have guests on and we cover all things insurance, finance, and more.
Wow.
So we go from estate planning, tax planning, financial planning. We talk about car leasing versus purchasing, how your credit scores are impacted. I had an estate planning attorney on where we did special needs trusts. There's over 20 million special needs children out there that need ongoing care when the parents are gone. And here's an estate planning attorney that came up with a solution for that. So we talk about that, and we talk about life insurance and why you need that, and what is health insurance and Medicare transition. So we pretty much cover the gamut. We talk about annuities, investments, stock market cycles. So everything, insurance, finance, and more.
So is this the name of the podcast?
Ask the Plan Man.
And where can we find your podcast?
YouTube and 38 podcast channels.
Oh, wow. Okay,
we're
so
pretty much
if we just type that in, I think we're going to get it. Just like the address here. We'll just type in, you're going to come up.
Ask the Plan Man pretty much on any social media platform.
So what is one thing that you think that like a little nugget of information that people don't know that you think everyone needs to make sure they know? Is there one thing that you would say, or something get asked a lot? I want people to see, because this is amazing. I think that they need to come and listen to this. I'm going to start listening because there's so many things that we like think we know, or we're like, we'll get to it, that are important for your life or your children.
Well, you've heard the adage, you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
So how do you know to ask for it?
Right, yeah, exactly.
So everything that we do in our space, in my cultivation, of my practice, is to be proactive. So I'm going to tell you what you don't know and what you want to do about it, or what you would consider doing about it. And so everything we do, that's why it's the plan man, is to plan out. You have a business plan, you travel, you have a map, a GPS, right? That's a plan. You have a fitness plan, you have an exit plan if you're a business owner, you want to sell your business. So everything in our lives revolve around planning. Food plans if you're dieting, right? Fitness plan. Right? So one of us.
Okay. Not me.
I borrowed these.
Okay.
So, and then the other side of it is, I would say, on the insurance world, people don't realize we get compensated from the carriers. So whether you're buying auto, home, health, Medicare, they pay us. And the reason they pay us is you need help and you shouldn't go it alone. And that's one of the things we say is don't go it alone. It doesn't cost you extra to work with an agent, me or anybody else. So if you're signing up for Medicare, you can call an 800 number, or you can get a local representative like us.
That is great information.
That makes sense.
Because I think a lot of people do think, oh, am I going to have to pay? I mean, even like how you'll see sometimes with law firms, you know, it's, oh no, but can I afford to like work with someone? People get nervous. And I think knowing that you go straight to him and he's going to help you, and it doesn't cost any extra.
And you can find something to really fit these people's budget or whatever
exactly.
it may be.
And you have someone in your corner who, if you're stuck, because sometimes, I mean, we just changed our insurance recently, and looking through all those things, you're like, I'm sorry, what? And even if you like, you know, think you can figure things out, I mean, why have to figure it out when there's somebody who already knows the facts and can help you through it?
Sometimes I call myself your financial interpreter.
Oh, I like that. That's exactly what it is.
Those in our space talk the lingo and the jargon, just like a lawyer might.
And you just throw it off. You guys are like, da, 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 and we're all like, what?
Right. And so the consumer gets the Charlie Brown, the want.
Right?
Those that are old enough to remember Charlie Brown. So you kind of like we were on a call yesterday with a CPA that I'm bringing in for a client. And I'm listening to him and I'm watching their faces. And I could just see nobody's home. And so I stopped and I said, did you understand what he said? And then I broke it down for them, and they're like, oh, okay. And so I'm the interpreter sometimes.
So it even makes sense. So people that's getting insurance or getting a plan from their employer when it comes to benefits and health insurance, maybe they can come to you and maybe you can find something better.
Sure.
You probably, you know, looking through your database or through other different companies.
So you bring up a good point. So if those who are in a corporate environment that are getting benefits from work, they're not necessarily getting educated on what that stuff even is.
No, they hand you paper and say, you want it? What you want? And you're like, this?
Now, the bigger companies might have that onboarding process where they'll bring in somebody from HR, but a lot of small businesses don't. And so we get calls of like, can you review my coverage and tell me what I should be selecting? And we're happy to do it.
That's awesome. Amazing. I think it's wonderful. I think, you know, you think a lot, okay, I need to find a good doctor, a good lawyer. And I think insurance is up there and a lot of people just don't know what to do. So we have the perfect solution for you, because I think this makes it so much easier and less intimidating.
I agree.
To have somebody hold your hand and walk you through it.
So what's your website and phone number if people?
So we have two websites. So the insurance entity itself is WeinsteinWealth.com.
Easy
but you could also connect to it through AskThePlanman.com.
So you can go to both.
We've got 800 numbers.
That's cool to type in.
I know, I like that too. I think that sounds really cool. AskThePlanman.com.
So we're not. We still carry the Weinstein Wealth, but Ask the Plan Man's a little more catchy.
It depends on if you want serious or you want something a little bit more fun and approachable. So you've got both.
We have both.
That's wonderful. Is there anything else that you want to make sure people know?
We are part of Do Good Delray.
Okay.
So we are hosting an activity on Monday the 10th.
The 10th, okay.
I think that's actually my flyer
back
there.
You're right here, okay.
So I don't know if that was done on purpose, but thank you, whoever built the product.
She did it on purpose. She did it on purpose.
We're raising money for START. Which is to help at-risk teens, like 18 to 25. So unfortunately, when a lot of them are in what we'll call the system, the system kind of ends at 18.
Right.
And so foster care and the like. And so at 18, they're kind of kicked out.
Yeah, and then where do they go?
And where do they go?
Yeah.
And so START works with those teens, getting them into more of adulthood, into their 20s. So we're partnering with them, and we're sponsoring the event. So all proceeds go to.
So where is your
START.
event at?
We're at the Silver Ball Pinball Museum.
So that's the
So you
coolest
get to
place
go
for adults.
Come
exactly.
get your wrist sprained and
Yeah, you get to go
Some
play and raise some money for an incredible
Skee-ball.
cause. Yeah,
You have
I love
everything
it.
there. That's an
I
adult
know.
playground.
It is. I mean, it's one of those. My daughter wanted to go there recently. She's 6. And we were like, okay, we'll go. There's some of the places she wants to go. I'm like, how do we get out of this one? We're like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Let's go. You could have a drink, some snacks, and have some fun and raise money.
I agree.
And so that's on the 10th. And I'm sorry, what time was that at?
6 to 9.
6 to 9.
6 p.m. Monday the 10th.
So do people purchase tickets or how do they?
They go to the Eventbrite
Okay.
site and you get tickets online. They can buy tickets at the door. It's a smaller surcharge
Okay.
for not being in advance. But
Okay.
yeah, you can find
Okay,
it either
awesome.
way. And it's all on
wonderful.
the Delray site and Do Good Delray.
Listen, there's a lot of Do Good Delray events coming up. So listen, if
So
you're looking
many
if you're
fun
looking to do
ones.
something fun and then do
Yeah.
it for a great cause, here's one of them.
And that's the thing I think too, is if you can't make it to one, there's so many other amazing ones. Or if people look and they hear about this organization and they can't come to the event, now they can come and they can
But you
contribute
know the good
in
thing
another
about
way.
it, like I didn't even know about the
I didn't
program
either.
start. You know, there's a lot of programs that help out kids up into 18, but there's a gap of kids. I call it that forgotten population of kids that really get forgotten. What about those kids that graduate from high school too, that really don't have a path or
what's
know where to
next.
go or what's next or what's happening, you know? So even some of those kids that are just getting a GED or something of that sort.
If you think about, depending on where they are in their school year and their ages, if they turn 18 in October, they literally could be removed from their foster home.
Yeah.
And now where are they going?
Yeah.
In the middle of their school year.
Yeah.
And there's so much unease and unrest for them.
I really have to look at the
Wonderful
organization.
organization.
I have to
Yeah,
look it up.
I want to look into that one too. Well, thank you
Thank
for
you very
all that
much.
you
Thank you.
do
My
and for
pleasure.
sharing all of this
Absolutely.
amazing information. And make sure you go and check him out if you're in need. There's so many services that your business offers. So make sure you go check out their site.
If you want to get it right, always get the advice. Come ask the plan man.
So good.
Hey, this guy a rapper.
I know, he's good. He's good. I like it.
We're about to give you a beat to go with it.
I didn't write the jingle, but we took second place in an award show for jingles.
Oh, excuse
My friend wrote our jingles. If nothing else, come listen to the jingle.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like it.
I like it.
Well, thank you so
Thank you very
much.
much.
We'll see you soon.
Yes,
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 sir.
yes.
We have a big crew coming. Okay, so I think that's an incredible organization that I have.
It is.
I feel like we know all of them. We don't.
I don't.
We don't know.
I thought
we
we
don't
did.
know all the organizations.
Yes.
So do you want to welcome on our next guest?
Ladies
This one
and-
really needs an announcer voice, and you were about to do it, and then I
I was
cut you
about-
off.
yeah,
You were
you
so
did.
we were
You
there.
got
We were
already
there.
there.
We had mind link. All right, go for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, sit back and listen to this next singer, songwriter, J.D. Jenner.
Yes.
Yes. So,
You had to have the appropriate introduction. You're a performer.
Wow, thank you. I
No
really
problem.
appreciate that.
Yes.
So, you know, we've had people in the past that really come on and have a talent or a skill set. So we're happy to have you here. You're gonna lighten us up. Especially I'm ready to dance or whatever.
Are you going to perform for us?
I didn't come prepared to perform.
No, you guys give us an incredible performer and you tease us like a carrot and we don't even get to hear it.
But I will be right next door at the Arts Garage
Okay.
next Friday.
That was a teaser.
Yeah.
That's why they did this to us. That's why they did this to us. Because they're like, okay, we're going to make them go there so they can hear her.
So when are you
It's
performing
totally
at Arts Garage?
unscripted. Next Friday, October 14th.
Okay.
8 p.m. So
So
it is.
tell us about what are you performing?
Okay.
It sounds pretty cool from what I read.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm very excited about the show because it's the first all original show that I'm doing with all original music and my stories of the songs and the stories behind the songs.
Oh,
So,
that's cool.
And much of my journey of life and what brought me through starting out in music and where I am today. So it's a kind of biopic type of a concert. And I'm just really excited to have the opportunity to do that here.
Are you located locally?
Yes. Yeah, I live in Boca Raton.
Okay.
And
We accept you.
Jamel is very picky on Boca, and he likes to all the time make up his own contests with Boca. He challenges Boca all the time.
We'll bring you over here to Delray. Then hopefully we can keep you here. You're like, I'm moving over to Delray. We'll bring your skill sets.
We're gonna drag you a little bit.
You can do like LeBron James. I'm taking my skill sets and talents to Delray.
Well, I spend more time here than I do in Boca.
She just lives there.
Yeah,
she hangs
everything
here.
is in Delray.
That's the thing. As long as they come and hang here and come to our incredible businesses, that's what we need.
I have no problem with that.
Okay, we're okay with that. You got that stamp of approval, guys.
Yeah, you have a much better downtown than we do. Much more exciting.
Yes. So how did you get started in music? Like, how long have you been performing? Like, all that good stuff so people have a little, we don't want to give away too much because we want them to come and see it, but a little taste of you and your journey.
Well, I'm glad you asked because that is part of the reason for the show. I come from a musical family, which a lot of people do that play music, but I did not start at, 13 or, some kids start even at 5 now with stage moms. And I didn't play professionally till I was 30.
Okay.
And so while I came from a musical family, it was never looked upon as being a career. It was always like, it's a hobby, it's great, at holidays when friends come over.
That was so cool.
It was great. And my mom plays piano and my dad sang. And so, I started out, like what we were supposed to do. You go to college, you become something, right? So I was an accountant. And then I just didn't find joy in that. And I had a 5-year struggle with infertility. And it was that made me really need to feel joy again.
Yeah.
So I went to the music, which is what made me happy.
Yeah.
And when I started out, going back for vocal lessons, the teacher was younger than I was. And even though I'm 30 is not old by any means, for me, I felt like it was for the industry. So, but I did, and I always felt like that was my destiny. So that was like the next step. That was the reason probably why I could not have children. Maybe it was because my songs were my children. So
and you can share that with the world.
Yeah, and that's part of my hoping that comes through in the show, is that people feel like, there's a lot of people, in particular women, that feel like it's too late to try a dream. And like, not necessarily you're old, but it never is too late. It really isn't. And now, all these years later, I am doing more than I ever did with my music. So, that makes me excited to do the show and to be able to play. I don't think I could have written the songs I wrote without the journey it took to get there.
For sure.
That's powerful.
That's really powerful. I know.
I'm getting chills just about
I know. I wish you guys could hear some of it.
Thank you.
This is incredible. And I mean, even just the courage that you have to share your story with everyone in musical form. I mean, it's hard enough to say, oh, I've been through this, and to share that, but then to really share it through song, I think really it's incredible.
Thank you.
And so many people out there maybe need to hear this to give them the push and the courage to be able to follow their dreams too.
Yes, well, that is my hope. I have a song called Dare to Dream and a song called Never Say Never. So that's kind of become my mantra. Dare to dream and never say never.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're going to have people in there teary-eyed.
Oh yeah, I'm already starting to tear. I don't even know what the songs are. Yeah. This is really exciting, and I think it's really beautiful that we get to have this right here. I mean, the programming that Marjorie and her team do at Arts Garage, it really is. It's always just cutting edge and cool and different, and
definitely.
And this is so exciting that you're going to share this with our town here.
This is next Friday.
Yes, next Friday, 8 p.m.
Okay.
Tickets are on sale now at artsgarage.org and jddowner.com and our Facebook pages. And you could just call the box office. Okay. That's also great because I have people that really don't know exactly how to get on the website and get the tickets. Yeah. So you could just call and they email them to you.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, thank you. You have to come back and sing for us another time because now we've been teased.
And we had the microphone just for you.
We have it ready. So yes, you have to come back and see us so we can hear more of your music.
Thank you, guys. This has been great. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Ms. Danner. Thank you. So many cool things all the time. I love this town.
Yes.
I do. I mean, this is amazing. Like, look. Okay, so now we have 3 guests. That's why we have so many chairs. I know you're wondering, why do these people have so many chairs when they're bringing one person at a time? Well, because we have 3.
Yes, it is 3.
So
you want me to introduce my?
I like when you announce, because you do it so like dramatically. It's just the impact.
I'm happy she let me make the introductions because she gave me I get the easy names this week. Plus, I met all these people before. So
He's like, I only like to introduce people I know.
All right, so I'm gonna let you do the last one. That one might be hard.
All right. That you might not. You'll not be able to say that one.
Oh, all right. All right. So we have Diana. She's with the Dairy Beach Chamber and also on the Nonprofit Council, and with Be Like Brit Foundation. We have Samantha. Let's go from Condi Center for the Chiropractic Neurology. Do Good Delray sponsor. So, and then next, Solomon. Do Good Delray sponsor. Caner Impact Windows, and the husband of our very own Amanda Perna.
Oh, so that's it. See, we have it right here.
That's all I wanted you to say that part. I was like, hold on, we weren't supposed to say that part.
This is Perna's husband. He's very lucky. Yeah,
so we'll bring all 3 of them on. We're gonna talk about some of these Do Good Delray events. I know a lot of people hearing this. I remember when Do Good Delray first came about. With Do Good Delray, the first year they were doing the events, and I was like, this thing is gonna stick.
Oh, it stuck and exploded.
Yeah,
right? It was like. I mean, it's incredible just what you all have built and these partnerships that are lasting outside of just this window. Like, as we know with Opportunities and Sweet Dream Makers, they partnered at Do Good Delray. They did another event. And you're seeing this happening again and again with these beautiful for-profit businesses really giving back to the nonprofits.
And I think that was the first time you were on the first time we did like a Do Good.
I know. She's the original.
Oh my gosh, that was a year ago.
I know.
It's
Isn't that
weird
crazy?
how time is flying. But yes, I mean, the OG, yes.
Yes.
But it was a labor of love, getting this all ready. I mean, we had so many people involved in making Do Good Delray happen, designing the name and the ideas and
the logos and
oh my gosh, the whole thing. But to see how much people have latched on, companies latching on, nonprofits benefiting. I mean, last year we raised over $30,000, and this year I can't imagine. We went from 14 to 27 partnerships.
Wow.
And we are, like you said, it's exploding, and I can't wait to see what happens next, honestly.
Oh no, I mean, people are already talking. This year's hasn't even finished, and they're talking about what they're gonna do next year. I'm like, guys, slow down. Let's stay in the moment. I mean, it is, but like, let's just get through this month.
You're getting me choked up now. It's like an emotional journey here.
It's so beautiful, and I think, it really is incredible how many people stepped up to partner with these nonprofits. And I think that all of it is so natural and like organically happened. It doesn't, none of the partnerships feel forced and like, why are those 2 together? Like,
it just makes sense.
It does, it makes perfect sense. So we're gonna, since there's all 3 of you, we are gonna, we wanna hear about all of your businesses and nonprofit and the events the events that you have coming up. But yeah, because I think it's important for people to hear about the businesses behind that are stepping up to the plate, as well as these nonprofits that are beautiful and need support year round.
And for those of you who don't know, it's basically a nonprofit and a private business that really comes together to really put on events.
Partner with purpose.
Yes.
Partner with purpose.
There you go. That's right.
They did it better than we did, Janelle.
You did awesome.
Partner with purpose.
Slogan. You gotta get that in here.
And it's the whole month of October, and there's, I mean, I feel like almost every day, because you're 27, so almost every single day there's something. So like we were just talking about earlier, if you can't, so go through the calendar, see which ones, circle the ones you can make. If you can't make them, find out more about the nonprofits that are involved or the businesses, because if you need any kind of business, really, we have it at the Chamber, and I would challenge everyone to really look and see the people who are stepping up and helping others as well.
Absolutely.
So we're just gonna go down the line. So Diana, we're gonna start with you, girl.
Okay.
So tell us, for anybody who doesn't know about Be Like Brit, a little bit about you guys and then your event. Please.
Sure, yeah. So the Be Like Brit Foundation was founded, sadly, out of heartache. In 2010, the Gangle family lost their daughter. She was attending Lynn University. She went on a service trip to Haiti to help there, and she was really moved by what she was seeing. So she sent a text to her mom, just basically saying that everyone was so kind and she really wanted to move back and start an orphanage. But sadly, there was a 7.0 magnitude earthquake. It killed 300,000 people and Brittany, and sadly several other students and professors from Lynn University. And from that, it just sort of like many things, exploded. The community really gathered around the family, and they were able to build the orphanage that she dreamed of in Haiti. So it's a really beautiful mission. We help kids not just at Brit's home, but around the community there. And now we are very excited to be expanding to Delray Beach.
Wow.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's very exciting. So this Do Good Delray event is really dedicated to the Delray Beach community and that expansion and what it's going to mean for the kids in this community and as well as the kids that are in Haiti.
So what is the expansion here? Can you tell us a little bit about, I don't know what's like been announced yet or not, what is
this is an exclusive. Expansion? No, I'm kidding. This is the first time though, actually it is, that we're really talking about it, but we started a transition program, much like what we were just talking about with START, Palm Beach County. That's a very similar sort of situation. So these kids were orphans, and at 18, I think a lot of people were asking us, like, what's gonna happen? What's next for them?
Yeah.
So we built a transition program. They're living in transition housing in Haiti, where they're getting continued education and support from our staff, as well as education and that next step of, you know, college and what do you want to do with your life.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so we're in the process of getting them some visas, and they're going to be coming here for work-study programs, so internship style. Yeah. So, but with that, we're also going to be involving the community, getting them into, it's going to be a home and office. So we're really going to be encouraging more of that collaboration, as we are all here for, and just getting them out in the community to learn what they want to do next and experience what we've been so fortunate to experience here.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
So part of what you're raising is going to go towards this project.
Yes. So we are very fortunate. We have some wonderful local architects who've helped us to build an amazing plan. So we'll be revealing that at our event on October 28th. Yeah. It's our second year partnering with the Delray Beach Open. They are incredible. The guys over there are just wonderful people. We're really excited to be part of that. And of course, the Delray Open's coming up.
Yeah.
They're going to be announcing all of that. It's fun stuff coming soon. But it's a glow-in-the-dark tennis experience.
Ooh,
yeah,
that's cool.
A lot of fun. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun for the whole family. It really is gonna be a very well-rounded community event.
So is it children and adults, just adults? The whole family can come?
Whole family can come. We're gonna have glow-in-the-dark tennis. There's a DJ, an MC. We have food and drinks. Glow-in-the-dark paint and a costume contest.
Costume contest.
It's Halloween weekend, October 28th.
Yeah,
so it's gonna be from 6 to 9. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And
how much are tickets?
So tickets for adults are $75, but that includes food and drinks and play and all the good stuff. And then for kids, it's $40. But you can also just come for free and enjoy all the action, get some food, drinks, and just enjoy the night.
Oh, how great. Yeah. That sounds like a fun event.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun. You can get all that information and more at belikebrit.org/glow.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Okay. You're up next, my friend.
All right.
So,
down the line.
Everyone, well, not everyone, but I feel like everyone who walks into this building knows about the Condé Center.
Yes.
But for people who don't know that are watching, can you tell us a little bit about what you guys do and why you wanted to be part of Do Good Delray?
Absolutely. So we are a full-service chiropractic office, but we also specialize in neurological issues, and we also do physical therapy. We have a massage therapist on hand too. So we're kind of like a really one-stop shop to get people on their feet, feeling good again, you know, back to normal. We're really into healing and wellness. And so that just naturally, we partnered up with Bowtie Kids. They are a nonprofit that helps kids who suffer from chronic pain. So the connection was just kind of effortless.
Yeah.
And Karen and Tracy from Bowtie Kids are just amazing. You know, I go to all the nonprofits and we just automatically just magneted towards each other.
Oh, that's great.
So when is the event?
So our event is actually next Friday.
Okay.
So before you go listen to that awesome show at Arts Garage from 5:30 to 7, our event's at Pinball as well at Silver Ball.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You guys are all smart because that is an easy, fun place to go. You don't have to do much to convince anybody to go in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And half of all the entry fees are going to go towards Bowtie Kids.
Oh, that's
great. Yeah, so you come, you play for an hour and a half. It's $20 to get in, and so half of every entry is going to go to Bowtie Kids.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this. I mean, it's look at all these fun events. So see, you can't go to one, there's another one. There's so many things.
And it's an amazing board too. I think every week we're going to be featuring whatever is going on for that week.
I love that.
The upcoming events. Yes. So
triple the board.
Yes, you can see all the fun.
Cool.
And one thing I can say, Dr. Condi, he graduated from Atlantic High School.
Yes.
He's a former football player at Atlantic High School.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yes. If you see him now, he looks really, really tiny. You know. Don't tell him I said that. But when you look at him, when you see him, you know, he tell you that he played linebacker, and you like, linebacker? But if he's small and you play linebacker, that means that he has to.
You're good. That means you guys are good. That's so
he's
funny.
a great guy. He's a great guy.
He is, and
He's a great guy.
you are one company that is always getting involved in things, always giving back to this community. And I mean, like we say every week, that's what this town really makes us so special. Is you have these incredibly talented business owners and doctors and lawyers and giving back constantly when they can very easily just hold on to their money. Instead, they're giving back to their community, which is so beautiful.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just before we even stepped on here, we were talking about how we could partner with some things in the future. So it's always happening, and it's great to see.
That's wonderful.
Absolutely.
All right.
Okay, so
Mr. Amanda.
Oh, don't you I know, somebody one time, we have a different last name. His last name is Stroll. I'm Perna. I didn't change my name. I know it's very, very modern of me. But somebody called him Mr. Perna, and it was, I was like, it took steps backwards. I was like, that's my dad. But anyways, okay. So Solomon is here, not because of me, but because of Do Good Delray.
That's right, yep.
Okay.
No, you can say not really. I'm really.
You say no. The only reason I'm here is
More than one reason.
Okay. But so Solomon is always behind the scenes in my things. So a lot of people, I've been asked multiple times, people are like, are you sure you're married? Because I've never seen him. Well, here he is. He exists. But what I am most proud of is Solomon has made a transition of his job and he'll tell you what he's doing instead of me talking for him. But I'm really proud. He's working for Caner Impact Windows and Doors, and which my brother is one of the owners of, and watching these guys and what they have built over the past couple of years and what they've done for the community, I'm very proud of, because I sit here and watch all of these beautiful businesses do these things, and to see how much they care and they're giving back, it makes me very proud. So that's all I'll say, and I'll let you talk now.
I was just gonna let you keep going.
You know, I know a lot about what he does. I could probably give the whole speech for him.
You can just tell people about Windows, give them all the specs.
I know a lot about Windows now, guys, actually. So if you want to ask off the record questions, I know if they're good or not. But anyways, okay, so tell us a little bit first about Caner Impact, because you guys are newish to the chamber. You've been members how long?
So we're actually based in Boca. So we've been, this is our second year.
Don't you say anything about Boca. He's here. He's here. He's the Delray. He's based in Delray Beach, and he mainly services Delray.
So I can say even before he started, it's okay because Danny Caner, one of the owners, he was my high school football teammate. Yeah. You know, so I know, and I remember when he
goes deep here.
Yeah, it goes deep here. And I remember when he started with Caner Electric, and then he started to bring the window part into the business. And I remember when he was trying to just get embedded here in Delray Beach. So we had a couple meetings and we introduced some people, and I'm just happy to see the growth of the business. And Solomon's aboard, you know, helping as well with this business. But let me stop talking. Go ahead.
And the two of us are just doing it for you.
I'm happy to listen. It's okay.
So with Do Good Delray, what are you guys doing?
All right, so we're actually the title sponsors for Do Good Delray, and it was a really nice opportunity for us because in the business doing impact windows, the main part of the business is that we're helping people protect themselves. Right, you're putting impact windows and doors on your house, on your business, whether it's a new construction or a renovation, and it's really to keep yourself safe during a storm. Obviously we were talking a lot about storms at the beginning here, so that's a really important thing, especially in this area. And so this program, Do Good Delray, kind of gave us an opportunity to not just help one person, but kind of spread that out and be involved in a whole bunch of things, helping a whole bunch of people. So it felt like a really good, nice opportunity to give back to this community that we're, so that's so important to us, and also help a whole bunch of people at the same time.
Yeah, and with the team that you guys have really put together, I can say even when Danny Caner would reach out to me, he's always at, is there anything that I can do to help the community?
Yes.
What is there for me? What is there that I can do?
Absolutely.
You know, so
that's the first question I think all of them in that business ask is how can we help you, not how can you help me?
Exactly.
And I think it's why it made so much sense when they did decide to be the headline sponsor. That is genuinely how they run their business. And even being on the outside, sort of one toe in, because I hear all of their way more about windows than I ever cared to know. But I get to hear how they're running their business from the outside, and as a consumer, as people who have windows from Caner in our home, how they're talking to their customers and how much they care. I hear him on the phone. We were in Turks and Caicos, and he's like, I got to answer a call. A client needs something because she thought a window was rusting, and he's panicking, trying to figure out how to help this client. It wasn't rust. It was mildew from the water. but that's how much they care. And all of them, all the time, they're now going to the West Coast to see how they can help there. And I think that's something that I know when I'm hiring a business, I think about these things. Well, what are they doing for others? Like, do they care about our community? Because especially windows aren't cheap, let's be real, when you're especially doing a whole house. So if you're making this large investment, I mean, I'm going to ask you this question. Why should we pick Caner instead of an
as you said, it's a big investment. But, for us, ultimately, at the end of the day, anytime you're working with anybody, but especially on something big like this, everybody needs to be happy at the end of the day.
Yeah.
The client needs to walk away happy and happy with their decision, glad that they chose you versus, all of the other options that are out there. So that's really our primary concern, is making sure that everybody's happy at the end of the day. Even if something goes wrong at some point, things happen, it's how do we fix it? So that's really the big thing for us. All of our installers our lead installers, I should say, have at least 10 years of experience. So they really are experts in what they do. And so that helps mitigate problems on the front end, but then when things do arise, we make sure we take care of them. And we are really involved in the local community, so it is something where you know where to find us, and we're not going to disappear and you're stuck with whatever the issues. So those are the things that really make us, kind of help us stand apart and like you said, why would you choose us? Those are some of the reasons.
So I'm going to ask you a question that I do know the answers to all these questions, but I'm asking for them anyways. So if people are going to do a renovation and they need the windows, can they get financing? How can they help? Because it is a big investment, and a lot of us, you look at your numbers and you're like, oh, eh. Yep. So if you're on the fence and you're not sure, like, is this a number that I could do today? How are there options for people to be able to protect their families?
Yeah, no, there are. Thank you for. That was, but no, there are financing options. We have anywhere from 6-month to 30-year financing options. So you can do, 0% down. There are a lot of different options that are out there, and there are a lot of different ways you can finance. There are, traditional options, and there's a program called PACE that lets you pay it with your property taxes, and you can really do that for a lot of home renovations. And so we work with that program as well to give you a lot of flexibility and, not have to put that big chunk out if you are not, willing, ready, able to do that.
Because I think as we see these storms come through, a lot of us, myself included, you're like, oh. So I think it is a worthwhile investment to really think about if you own your home, or if you're renting, to ask. Yeah. Because a lot of times the person who owns the property is like, oh yeah, you know what, you're right. Maybe I don't want my property destroyed. Because as anyone can tell you, I mean, Johnny Mackey sees things every day, horror stories I've heard him share of people who've had water damage. And maybe if you have these more secure new technology of these windows, it could make a difference.
Yeah, and the good thing with the financing options is you're not having to make a decision if you're going to protect your family or not based on that.
Yes.
And that's also just as a separate thing. That's a good thing with the windows versus, older style shutters. A storm's coming. When you have shutters, you're trying to make a decision. Yeah. Do I want to put these up? Is it worth the time to put these up and then take them back down after a storm? But with the windows, they're just there all the time. So.
And then one last thing I would just like to say too, because we're talking specifically about Do Good Delray, but just your involvement in the chamber as a company overall in being a chairman club member, and how you guys really have stepped up to the plate in that sense too, to get more involved and get to know other members of the community and how you can help them. And that's something I've been impressed in watching you guys do, and how, you're not just doing this, you're going the extra mile in whatever it is that you're doing, which I mean, it really is pretty cool to see.
Only a little bit.
I would like some shoes for this. No, but really, I do. I think it's incredible, and it goes to just the messaging in general of what this chamber is about in helping each other, helping our community, and all rising together.
Right. No, I agree. Just and to recap, and just to recap these events that's taking place. You have next Friday. The Conde Center, they're actually partnering with the Bowtie Foundation. It's the Bowtie Foundation. Bowtie Kids. And then the Be Like Brit, October 27th? 28th, the 28th.
That was pretty good, though. I don't remember any of the dates. I'm like, where's the paper? Where's the paper with the dates?
So it's the tennis at night or glow in the dark tennis event that's taking place. This is the second year. I remember I remember the first one. And then next week, then you have JD Danner that's performing at the Arts Garage.
Right before
this event there.
Right after
over. And that's taking place at the Civil War Museum. And then at the same time, make sure if you have any questions about anything when it comes to your insurance planning or anything, you ask the planner.
I mean, I think we gave so many important bits of information. This was a really good show.
Yes. And I have to say thank you again to Kane Windows and Solomon for you guys being here, for you guys being a title sponsor for the Do Good Delray events. I think this is one awesome partnership. I mean, a lot of partnerships that's really taken place that the Chamber has really put on.
Okay, so we're going to talk really quickly, just announce, we want to thank all of the sponsors and everybody who's involved in Do Good Delray, both the nonprofits and for-profit businesses, because all of you are changing lives every single day here in Delray Beach and beyond. Yes. So the headline sponsor is Caner Impact Windows. The VIP sponsor is the Plaza at Delray. The marketing sponsor is K Communications. The collaborative sponsor, Conde Center for Chiropractic Neurology. The creative sponsor is Studio B2. The launch breakfast sponsor is Arbor at Delray. And the partner sponsor is Palermo's Pay Junction LLC. So thank you to all of these incredible sponsors who have made this possible.
Yeah, and I have to say, every single one of those sponsors has been involved from day one in making this all possible, which I think is really unusual.
Yes.
Sometimes sponsors just kind of write a check and they're like, here you go, put my name on stuff. That's what we kind of traditionally think of sponsorships as, but this whole partnership idea has it really makes these businesses come out and want to be part of more, which they have been, and they've done an incredible job at it. So we're really thankful.
Yeah. So if you're a nonprofit out there, or even a for-profit, and if you want to get involved with the Chamber, if you want to know more about Do Good Delray or any events that's really taking place, I think you really need to just come to a nonprofit council meeting, come to some of these meetings, go on the Delray Beach Chamber website and see what's going on. Because
there's so many ways to get involved.
So many ways to get involved. And it's one way to really help your business, and it's one way to create other partnerships as well. Yes.
And of course, thank you to the Chamber team here for facilitating this and helping this be possible. Without the ladies here, I mean, none of this could be.
Seriously.
I mean, 27 events in a month. What? Like that's quite the feat. And there would have been more if there was more days in the month. But so thank you to everybody involved, and this was a good show.
Hey, have a Delray day. We love you. Peace.
I invite you to join me at the Delray Beach Chamber of Commerce, because here we're all about community. With like-minded people and businesses, the Chamber will help your business grow, and you get to connect with people that will become your best friends. Weekly events give you ample opportunities to learn alongside talented professionals. At the Delray Beach Chamber of Commerce, we are better together. Become a member at delraybeach.com.